Metal Jesus here, and I am back with Tony from Hard for Games. How's it going, dude?
It's going real well. How are you?
You made me cry.
I'm sorry.
You made me cry.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
No, it's funny because Tony's flown in to Seattle from Detroit, and we're sitting around like, we should do some more videos while you're here visiting.
Might as well.
And you came up with a great idea. What was it?
Oh, thank you. It was canceled games that made us cry.
Yeah, and it's funny, dude, because when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, there are a couple games that have done that. I mean, not literally, but it's like, I'm sad. You know?
I think everybody has those couple of games that they were really looking forward to, and they were just canceled out of the blue, and it's like, oh man, like I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah, and so I have two examples of games, and you have a couple as well.
I do.
But it's funny because, again, when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, dude, we are doing that video because I want to talk about those two games.
Damn it. Yeah.
But first, you go.
Okay. So, big one. A lot of you guys probably share this as well, but Earthbound 64. Those of you that don't know the history, it was supposed to be for the Nintendo 64 disk drive that was only released in Japan. It was developed for that. It was supposed to be a flagship title. And of course, it was a sequel to Earthbound. It was supposed to be Mother 3. And it just never came out. It got canceled and eventually ported to the Game Boy Advance, but only in Japan. And some people will probably argue with me on this point. I played Mother 3, but I've also done a lot of research on Earthbound 64, and Mother 3 seems like sort of a sacrificed vision when compared to Earthbound 64. And flame wall up. I know a lot of people are gonna argue with me. Mother 3 is an awesome game, but it just felt different from what they were originally going for, and that made me cry.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So for me, all right, so the first game that came to mind immediately was a game that I saw in person at E3, and I was excited for it because it's so unusual. That was Blizzard was going to release Warcraft Adventure.
Okay.
Have you heard of this before?
I have not, no.
Most people haven't. So basically it was a true classic adventure game set in the Warcraft universe.
Oh, wow.
And what was great about it at the time is that it was going to be a comedy, kind of like almost like the LucasArts games, like almost like Monkey Island, stuff like that. But they were going to do it with Warcraft, and even better than that, they actually reached out to an animation company to create a bunch of original animation. They reached out to the guy who originally created Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the PC version, to kind of work out the humor and work out the puzzles and make sure it worked within the game. It looked like if you like King's Quest games, if you like LucasArts games, this was going to be the game.
Pure gold.
Yeah, I know.
It seems like it had everything going for it.
It had a bunch of work put into it. And again, as an old school PC gamer, and I like adventure games, I was like, yeah, this is something new.
You like PC games?
I like PC games. And so it was very unusual. And of course, it never came out. It got canceled, probably because at the time Blizzard got cold feet. They're like, well, there was a bunch of adventure games that didn't do very well. Grim Fandango being one of them. And so a lot of people at that time thought adventure games are over.
Don't touch it. Yeah.
Don't touch it. Don't spend your money. No one's going to play it. And so that was a sad for me. Yeah. Single man tier. Manly tier over here. So another one for me, and you could probably tell that I grew up in the 90s, right? So the N64 generation was really big and important to me. Another N64 disk drive title, Zelda, which was basically an expansion for Ocarina of Time. What was promised to us by Nintendo Power, over and over again, by the way. You're not better.
Yeah, exactly. Was new dungeons, new characters, new weapons, and eventually that kind of got whittled down to less and less and less, and the DD didn't make it out here in the States and barely in Japan, and ultimately the expansion was canceled. What we did get was the Master Quest for the GameCube.
Oh, I've heard of this. Okay, I haven't played it.
Yeah, it's basically rearranged dungeons, essentially, which is nice. But again, just like Mother 3, it was kind of a sacrificed vision of what Zelda was supposed to be. And I was really looking forward to Zelda.
I can imagine.
Who wouldn't want your favorite Zelda game to continue?
Right.
Right? It was like DLC, but for the late 90s.
All right, number 2 for me. It's funny because it happened, I think, the same year, certainly around the same time, from the same company.
Yeah.
So Blizzard announced a game that blew everyone away. And it's funny because I'm not a huge Blizzard fan. Like, I don't play a ton of World of Warcraft, but back in the day I used to play a lot of the turn-based Warcraft and StarCraft.
Okay.
And so back in the day, Blizzard announced that they were going to do a new version of StarCraft called Ghost.
Okay.
And essentially what this was a third-person action stealth game for consoles. So this was going to be almost like Metal Gear Solid with StarCraft character.
Okay.
And it was going to be on the original Xbox. It was going to be on the PlayStation 2. It was going to be on the GameCube. And you play this female kick-ass stealth character. And I was like, hell to the yeah.
Sign me up. I'm ready to go.
I do love stealth games. And so, again, it's funny that Blizzard was both of these, but it was around that time, I think Blizzard was trying their hand at different things, and it just got canceled for some reason, because it got pretty far into development.
Yeah, it seems like both of those games, they're like, let's try to expand our universe a little bit, then they just like pulled back.
Yeah.
But it's funny because both of yours are Blizzard, both of mine are Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right? So you can obviously tell like what we kind of grew up on and what we like to play, right?
Well, and in my case, I saw both of them at the E3 Expo. And so again, once you do that, once a company puts all the time and effort into actually announcing a game at E3, usually it's pretty far along in development.
One would imagine.
Yeah. But of course,
one would think that this would be the case, but oftentimes it is actually not true.
I know, so sad. And again, it's funny because the moment you brought this up, I was like, those are the games I want to talk about. I'm still bitter about that.
Exactly. Still complaining about it years later.
Yes. So we would love to know down in the comments below, what canceled games are you bummed about? Would you still love to see maybe come out someday somehow? It would be awesome. So.
Yeah, you have a few.
Oh yes. So dude, where can people find you on the internet?
My channel is Hard for Games with a numeral 4 in the middle. Just search Hard for Games on Google or YouTube and you will find our channel. Absolutely. Definitely check it out. All right guys, thanks for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing and take care.
Hey, it's Mrs. Metal Jesus here. If you want to see even more videos, go to MetalJesusRocks.com. It's got his entire catalog, swag, Facebook, and Twitter links. Plus, we got live footage of our band playing, including me on drums. So check it out, bitches.